What up, gearheads? Today we are going to rebuild the 3-speed Saginaw. Uh, I've never done a transmission before, so it makes me a little nervous, but luckily, thankfully, these things are pretty simple. And really, the only tough part that I got to worry about, or at least that I am worried about, is replacing these synchros. Let me clip this on for you and show you what I got to deal with. So I'm going to have to pull this whole guy apart, which, yeah, there's not a whole lot to it, but it just makes me nervous putting something in the wrong spot. But either way, we're gonna figure it out, take our time, and it's all gonna work out. It's gonna be great. So here's what we got in the rebuild kit: gaskets, of course, and yeah, here's trans bell housing, tail shaft, main compartment, cover, gear sets, right? Okay, but yeah, so got the gaskets, of course. This is one of the new synchros that I already took out. So we got synchros, and here's the rest of the kit. So I got my fresh bearing here, seals front and rear, the other synchros, and that's another bearing in there. So we're looking pretty good.
Well, I found out this kit comes with way more than just what was on the superficial level, but like all the washers and clips and just everything.
Okay, to start off, there's a snap ring here that I'm going to have to pop right off, right up in there. And then this whole thing should just slide out. There we go. Aha. Okay, so I'm going to take off my Speedo gear here. Show you here. So this little clip right here, and you see it's keyed right there. Just slides right through there and just clips it. So that's pretty simple. And then you got the tooth right here. That's what sits into the shaft. Yeah. Same story. Another one of these rings. Pop him off. There we go. I think we're off.
Oh, oh my gosh. Let's go. Okay, well, that's hot. Ah. Oh, shit. Need a breather after that one. It's nice that I got that off because now I can replace these right here. So slide these washers off. And here, I'm just gonna give it a couple wow. So here, you slide off. Okay. Okay, so now we got another snap ring here. And these guys are finicky, but you know what? We'll just work our way in there. Boom. So there's another ring in here, retaining ring. This guy right here. It looks like just rusted on.
So it turns out that this front gear does come off towards the front because this back one, I left this overnight to sit in penetrating oil, and I was just trying to bang it just to get it to move. So I had it like this, and then I was banging it, and obviously this all dropped right off. And yeah, so now I'm going to work everything from the front back. And I'm glad that I came back and was like, hey, I got to change this bearing because this gear here, it needs to move back and forth, slide back and forth. So, man, if I really wanted to cut a corner, I would have been pulling this transmission again, and that would have sucked. So we will just go ahead and slide all of this off. And I'm just stacking all my stuff just so I know exactly how it's going to go back together. So front, my rear bits here. Now this. Okay, well, I'm going to just hammer this guy down in hopes that I can break this free. That's definitely separating. Let's go. And now we're going to start reassembling it. So I cleaned up this gear here, but it's going to kind of start working from the center, do the back half first, and then the front. So fresh synchros, I just greased these guys up with some engine assembly grease. So that guy is going to go on there. Nice movement. And the teeth, here, I'll show you. So the teeth are going towards the center or front. And then this gear that was totally just rusted in, cleaned him up. I'm actually going to throw some oil in here. Just regular old engine oil. Just as a first lubricant. I'm going to stick this guy in. And I know which side is facing towards the rear because there's that C-clip that needs to go back in. And then these tabs here, those are going to line up with the synchro. Oh, let's get this guy slid back on. And I might just give this guy a couple taps and back in place. Oh, get those synchros lined up. So I might do a couple back and forths with this just to make sure this thing is free moving. Hammer this back out and back in. Let's do that a couple times. So this is the front of the transmission. Bring it back to the rear. And now we got to get this clip back in here. So this guy right here. And then there are some grooves in here that it'll sit into. And then this little pick bit here that'll clip into a groove in one of these tabs right here. Right in here, just around the edge. That's where it's sitting in, and that little point that comes out is going to sit right in one of these indentation thingies where the synchros line up. That guy that sits in like moi. Almost forgot. You got the snap ring that's got to go in here. Well, I'm just going to work on getting this on. So I'll be right back. Yep. And then rear bearing is going to sit right here. These big old thrust washers. Do I have any new ones? No, I didn't. Oh, yes, I do. How about that? Then you got this thin, flimsy one. And now our rear bearing. So you got the indentation here for one of the big old clips in the actual transmission case. So that's going to go towards the front of the shaft.
As you'll see next, this was a very tight fit, so I had to heat this thing up very hot to get it on. Okay, I got this guy boiling right now. I'm gonna burn myself. Oh man. Oh crapo. Crapo. Okay, ready? Holy. Alright. 1, 2, 3. Ah! Ah! God! No! 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 Ah! 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 Whoa! It's on! Almost. God, get on. Golden ticket. Oh God, that is so hot. Why? Ah, golden ticket. I took the old bearing, stick it on there, and metal hammer, and that brought her. And now I have room for my rings. Ah, let's go. So now another snap ring. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Come on, come on. There we go. Oh yeah. All right, and front fresh synchro. Oh, that's gonna slide on this big old gear. There's my stack. That sits like such, and then it's gonna slide on from the front like that. And I did lubricate everything. And then this guy, I'm gonna start by that off. So that, and then this is the one that we were having trouble with on the backside, but should be good here. Ooh. And this should be an easy one. Don't fight me on this. All right, I'll be back. The straight ones work best, and you just kind of had to finesse it. Come on, Mister. Mister. Hey. Hello. Welcome to the jungle. Make sure I got everything in here, because I'd hate to have to take this all apart again. Needle bearings. Get those fresh guys in. Here's what they all look like just sitting in there. They're just balancing upright. Not much to it. Let's drop her on. Synchros in. Good, good. What am I missing? Anything? I don't think so. Okay. All right. Come on, baby. What you got for me? Ooh. Oh, with precision. Oh, that's precision engineering. Come on now. And now I'm going to put the bearing back on, but fresh bearing. So in this kit, you got two different size bearings, and they're the same diameter, but the difference is their thickness. So make sure you are putting on the right one. So this one is the front bearing. That's the thinner one. I got this guy right here. And that guy's gonna slip right on. I initially started this whole rebuild trying to start with the front side of the shaft. So that's where this was from. And turns out I needed to remove that bearing in order to get this whole shaft inside of the main case. So I ended up having to install it while that shaft was attached in the case. God. Nice. All right, my gearheads. I'm going to make this one a two-part series because I think this shaft is definitely important, and I didn't see much on the internet or video-wise for it, so I want to keep that as its own thing. But part two, we'll start putting this whole thing together, and that includes changing seals. So I will see you guys then. Have a good one, and thanks for watching.